You a little short for a stormtrooper?
What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. We are recapping the just-released Mandalorian Season 3 trailer from Tatooine to Mandalore and everywhere in between. My name is Mike Gibson. With me is always Steve Howler. What's up, Steve?
Well, we just saw... wow. I don't even have words for that. There was a lot going on.
Packs a wallop packs a lot into less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like a minute, 42 seconds
Yep.
trailer. And gave us a lot. Now, everything I saw was great. Not to be controversial, I kind of wish I hadn't watched this trailer. It just showed a lot of things that I feel like if I didn't know was coming, I'd be like, what? This is great while I was watching it. It's not going to ruin the series for me, I don't think, at all. I'm still going to love those things when they show up, but I feel like the first trailer was good enough. It's not, well, one, I don't need any trailer for Mandalorian Season 3. I'm going to watch it. First trailer was good enough. I didn't need more, and so now I'm like seeing more. I'm still like, yep, it's still great. I'm still going to watch it, but there was some really cool stuff. I actually had some questions about what's going on, I guess, but like Steve, you clearly liked it. Anything stuck out to you?
It was a weird. I mean, of all the things that happened, the only unexpected thing and I don't know if it was the resolution I was watching it on, but 4 random lightsabers igniting, and I couldn't tell who any of those people were. So
yes, that was one of the questions. I was like, oh, lightsabers, interesting.
Right. And 4 blue and green lightsabers. So
yeah.
I mean, we're finding a lot of new Jedi around, or just people playing fun with lightsabers?
Luke have his camp set up, or his camp. Luke have his
the old Jedi camp. Yep.
The old Jedi summer camp.
Yeah.
Does he have his like training facility set up already? But it seems like too quick for that. It seems too quick for him to have functioning lightsabers when we just saw this. He was just building his temple.
Right.
At the end of Boba Fett. So like, it seems too quick. So yeah, who were those? It could be flashback. We've gotten flashbacks in Mandalorian before.
Yeah, we have.
So,
and we know
very interesting.
Right, we know Grogu has connections to the temple. It could be some sort of flashback from when he was taken, or like immediately after type situation, or what. Yep. But in general, the whole thing is, or what we're shown to believe it is Din narrating something to Grogu, or I don't know, maybe the Armorer.
Probably.
But I mean, there's definitely points where the Armorer is there too, where he's talking to her about returning to Mandalore. But you know, in general, it seems like it's a monologue between him and Grogu, and I mean, I think that's what we're all here for, anyways. So
yeah.
Like you said, did we need to watch it? No. Am I excited after watching it? Yes. Am I more excited than I was?
Oh, for
I don't know. Like, the problem was the hype level is already there, so...
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I don't know, this has got me more hyped for Mando Season 3 because I was very hyped for Mando Season 3. There's a really cool shot of him walking out from behind a number of other Mandalorians. And while, like, the speech he was giving, I gotta say, was kind of surprising because he's giving a speech that makes him sound like he is passionate about leading his people or bringing his people back together, which before this has not been the case. He does not want the Darksaber. He doesn't want to be the leader. So hearing him say, like, talking about his people in this way, like our people are scattered and, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but it seemed like he's kind of more into this leadership thing. And then that shot of him stepping out from behind those other Mandalorians was like, well, are these Mandalorians that are following him because he's got the Darksaber, or has he just met them? Is this season going to build to like a battle between the more strict sect of religious Mandalorians that don't take their helmets off versus Bo-Katan and her Mandalorians that are okay with taking their helmets off? Like, is that where the season is going?
Yeah. No,
and if so, how are we going to get there? I guess, yeah.
well, you've got that, and I mean, I couldn't help but immediately catch when all those Mandalorians were there. The exact shade of orange that was used is very familiar to a lot of people about when it comes to a Mandalorian helmet.
Yes, I know
So,
that well.
were they Clan Ren? Where is Sabine? What is Sabine
Yeah.
still alive? We don't know any of that stuff. Like, it could be, maybe she's the one that talks sense to Din and gets him to realize that Death Watch was, the usurpers themselves. Because
Yeah, I wonder
those
if
didn't
we're
seem
gonna
like
get,
Death
like,
Watch.
a Death Watch mention.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get a Death Watch mention, right?
Yep, they've got
That's insane. Yeah, because Sabine, we know Sabine's alive at the fall of the Empire.
Right, and
But I
they
guess
confirm
we don't
she's
know
in.
how long after that she goes with Ahsoka.
Right, they confirm she's in the
We
Ahsoka
know
show,
that-
and that's it. Right at this point,
Yes,
so
yes.
that brings.
And we know at the end of Rebels that she leaves with Ahsoka, but we don't know exactly how far after that
Right.
it is. So,
Do we know
is there
how
time
far
for her to
after
hang out on
that
Mandalore?
the Ahsoka show is set?
No, we don't. I mean, I think no, we don't. I was gonna go into a whole thing that is not based on anything, so it's not worth going into. No, I don't think we do. I think we know that what we've seen of Ahsoka so far takes place before that. So, because she's looking for people that know where Thrawn is,
Right.
and then assumedly she maybe gets some information, and then we get that scene at the end of Rebels where she shows up with Sabine and they leave to go find Ezra and Thrawn.
Yeah, so Sabine would be 30 years old. She was born 21 BBY. Mando season 3 is supposedly set in 9 ABY. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, a 30-year-old Sabine uniting the clans, that'd be phenomenal.
that would be great.
You've got Bo-Katan.
That'd be
I'm
great.
sure there's history. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that Babu Frick is going to be in season 3 of Mandalorian. And he's like pops up in every trailer. I'm like, oh yeah, Babu Frick, amazing.
Yeah. And, I mean,
Um,
it's either him or very, very similar, whatever race he is, that are like 3
I
inches
think they
tall.
confirmed that it was Babu. That it was going
Oh,
to
did
be
they?
Babu Frick.
That's great.
Yeah, and he looks a little different because he's younger. He's like 30 years younger, obviously, or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, I like seeing the different, like you mentioned, the orange, which I recognize, but there's also like just different color combinations of Mandalorian armor and stuff, like red chest plates with different colored helmets, orange helmets, green helmets, things like that. That was cool. I'm excited to just kind of fully dive into Mandalorian culture in a way that the show hasn't yet, because he's always been a loner.
Right.
And they showed like a kind of like burnt out, blown out wreckage of something on Mandalore, a city or something on Mandalore from the siege. I thought that was cool. So, I don't know. I'm pumped for this.
So the other
Clearly
thing we
Grogu's a little more.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
absolutely. No, head down the Grogu rabbit hole. I'll bring it back to Mandalore after.
Oh, just that he's clearly more in more in control of his force powers. If he's like throwing that monster out of the cave at the end there without
Yep.
a problem and not passing out afterwards, he's crushing it. I gotta say, like, it's weird to me that he's 50. He's 50 years old,
Mhm.
or he was at the beginning of Mandalorian season 1. But if you do the math based on what Yoda says in the movies, he says that for 800 years he's been training Jedi. And then in Return of the Jedi, he says, when 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. So in another 50 years,
He will
he's
be
going to
a
be
master.
a full-grown Jedi teaching adult Yoda. So, like, is he going to grow at all in this show? Like, are we ever going to see a bigger Grogu? And not that I necessarily want to see that, because he's tiny and cute and adorable, and that's, like, part of the reason why we love this show. But also, the longer the show goes on, I feel like you gotta just make him a little bigger. Something.
Right.
He's only got 50 more years. He still looks like an infant, and he's 50, and he's got to look like an old, wrinkly Yoda in another 50 years. So what's
Right.
going on there?
Yeah, well, I mean, Yaddle wasn't quite as wrinkle-addled as Yoda was. So
Yeah, she had some color to her hair, but we don't know how old she was.
right, and he's definitely got to grow a couple inches. So that's all he's got to grow.
Exactly.
But he's got to grow some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring it back to with the Mandalorians. We did also at the end of the trailer get that shot of what looked to be Mando armor that's all painted, basically like Bo-Katan, dropping out of the ship and the aerial assault. So that'll be. I'm curious if that's something that's going to be tied to her and the Death Watch past and them break like.
Sure.
Did we confirm that the whatever the hell Din's coven is called is like, I think we inferred that it's a splinter watch from Death Watch, or splinter group from Death Watch that just went to the extreme.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think there was something like that, but or maybe that was just headcanon. But either way, that makes sense, sort of. So
Yeah.
It'll this whole thing's gonna be weird because you saw a lot of Mando armor and a lot of competing different, colors, designs, what have you.
Yeah, clans. Yeah.
So, either way,
I liked there was a really quick shot of him like pulling an old helmet out of like the rubble or whatever.
Yeah.
From Mandalore. Like I think they're really going to dive into what happened there and explain it, if not show it, in a way maybe that we haven't seen before, like a ground level kind of thing. I don't know. I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited. March 1st, right?
Yeah, March 1st. If we go deeper into Death Watch, do we at least get a Maul reference?
That would be great. I saw someone on Twitter post a picture of like, it was like an action figure background that said Mandalorian season 3, and the figure in it was a Darth Maul thing, and they were like, spoiler for season 3 Amanda, and I was like, no, he's dead, man. He's long dead.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, Obi-Wan
It could be in a flashback though.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I mean, if Obi-Wan had to kill him a second time, then I think it worked this time.
Yeah.
Spoilers
I don't
for
think
Rebels,
they
by
would
the
take
way.
that. Spoilers for Rebels, yeah. But I don't think they would take that away a second time. But I do think there could be a flashback.
Oh yeah.
Now that I'm thinking of it, to him, because he sat on the throne of Mandalore for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, if we go into Darksaber history, then he has to be mentioned.
Yeah, you're right. So I think that he will at least be mentioned, if not straight up shown in a flashback.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that works.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Can't wait.
there's no way they can take that twin sons moment away from Obi-Wan. Like, that was just too perfect.
No, it's too perfect. Exactly. And it's too perfect. Honestly, it's too perfect of a death for Darth Maul. So you don't want to take it away from either of those characters, I don't think.
Absolutely.
So that's all I got. This was a great. We literally watched it right before we started recording this. Let us know what you thought of it, and if you're excited more or less for Mandalorian season 3 when it drops March 1st on Disney Plus. I'm sure I'll be figuring out a way to watch it that day.
Yeah. When does March 1st fall? Is that a weekday, weekend? That is a
maybe.
Wednesday. I'd say we clear our calendars for that Wednesday, sir, and go ahead and maybe make some recordings after.
Steve, I'm literally checking my calendar right now. I got nothing going on Wednesday night, March 1st.
Perfect. All right. Well, anybody listening, feel free to tune in.
Yeah. For a live reaction, Mandalorian.
Absolutely.
Will not be happening at midnight. It'll probably be happening on Wednesday evening.
Yes.
Just so you know. But yeah, please tune in. And if you're watching live or listening or whatever, know that we are about to stop talking about this and start talking about all the other nerdy news that happened this past week. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to dig into. Marvel, DC, comics, some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So listen to our full episode right after you're done with this one. And we'll see you there. But Steve, do you want to say the whole do this stuff before?
Yeah, no, feel free to subscribe, leave us a review, leave us some comments on YouTube. Do what you got to do to get a hold of us. Multiversereport.com, themultiversereport@gmail.com. Multiverse Report on whatever socials you feel like hitting us up on, and that should be about that.
It sure should. And that's all. So until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.
Okay. What was that? Mando S3 trailer. Export.